Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the English Learning Podcast. I'm your host, Sarah, and today's episode is going to be super practical and exciting because we're talking about something every learner wants to know: how to practice English every day and speak confidently fast.
That's right, Sarah. This is one of the most common questions we get from our listeners. How can I practice English every day even if I'm busy? And how can I speak confidently like native speakers? Well, today we're going to break it all down for you.
Exactly. And the good news is, you don't need to live in an English-speaking country or spend hours studying. There are simple, smart ways to make English a natural part of your daily life.
We'll share real examples, easy daily routines, and confidence-boosting tips that will help you speak English faster and more fluently.
So, if you've ever felt shy or unsure when speaking English, stay with us till the end of this episode because we'll show you how to change that, starting today.
Grab your headphones, relax, and let's get started. This is how to practice English. Every day and speak confidently. Fast with Sarah and Bill.
Before we jump into how to practice English every day, let's first talk about why daily practice is so important. You see, learning English is just like training your body. The more you exercise your language muscles every day, the stronger they become.
Exactly. If you only practice once a week, it's like going to the gym once a month. You'll always start over again. But if you use English every single day, even for just 10 or 15 minutes, your brain starts getting used to it. It becomes natural.
That's a great point, Bill. When you practice daily, your brain starts thinking in English automatically. You don't have to translate every word from your native language. English becomes part of your thinking process.
And that's what we call language muscle memory. Your mouth, your tongue, and your brain start working together. You don't stop to remember grammar rules. You just speak.
Exactly. Many learners think they need to study for hours, but the truth is short. Regular practice is much more powerful. It builds confidence and keeps your motivation alive.
Right? And remember, even native speakers are constantly practicing without realizing it. They talk, listen, read, and think in English all the time. So, as an English learner, you can do the same in your own daily life.
Yes, it's not about perfection, it's about connection. The more you use English daily, the easier it becomes to express yourself clearly and confidently.
So, if you're listening right now, make a simple promise to yourself. I will use English every day, no matter how small the practice is. That's the real key to progress.
Beautifully said, Bill. And now that we understand why daily practice matters, let's move to the next part: how you can actually practice English every single day, even with a busy schedule. All right, now let's talk about the most exciting part: how to practice English every day, even if you're busy. Because let's be honest, everyone wants to learn English, but finding time can be difficult.
That's true, Sarah. But here's the good news. You don't need hours of study. You just need small, daily moments of practice. In fact, 15 minutes a day is enough if you do it the right way.
Exactly. So let's start with the first method: thinking in English. This one is simple but powerful. During your day, try to describe what you're doing in English. For example, if you're making tea, say in your mind, "I'm boiling water. I'm adding sugar." It helps your brain build natural English sentences.
Yes, I love that one. And you can also do self-talk to yourself in English about your plans or feelings. For example, I'm going to work now, or I feel happy today. It might sound funny, but it's one of the best ways to become fluent quickly.
Absolutely. The next method is English journaling. Write a few sentences about your day in English before you sleep. You don't need to write perfect grammar, just express your thoughts. Over time, you'll notice your sentences becoming longer and more natural.
And don't forget about listening practice. Every day, listen to something short in English, a podcast, a YouTube clip, or even an English song. Then repeat one or two sentences aloud. That's called shadowing. It helps with pronunciation and fluency.
That's a great one. You can even imitate your favorite actor or YouTuber, listen, pause, and repeat exactly the way they speak. It's fun and super effective.
Here's another tip I personally love. Create a 15-minute English routine. For example, 5 minutes listening, 5 minutes speaking, 5 minutes writing or reading. That's it. Just 15 minutes a day can change your fluency in 1 month.
Yes, and don't forget the 5 sentences a day rule. Choose any topic, your morning routine, your favorite food, your weekend, and make 5 sentences about it in English. Say them aloud. This daily habit trains your speaking confidence.
That's right. And you can even set a word of the day goal, learn one new word. Make 3 sentences with it and try to use it during your day. Little steps like this keep your brain active and growing.
I love that idea because it's not about doing a lot once it's about doing a little every day. When you repeat small habits daily, English becomes part of your lifestyle.
Exactly. And one more thing, enjoy the process. Watch English movies, listen to English songs, or talk with your friends in English online. The more fun you make it, the easier it becomes to stay consistent.
Perfectly said, Bill. So remember, everyone practice every day, even if it's just 10 minutes. Think, speak, write, and listen in English as part of your daily life.
Because daily practice isn't just about learning, it's about living English.
Beautiful! Now that we know how to practice English daily, let's move to the next step, how to speak confidently and fast. So now that we've talked about daily practice, let's move to the next big challenge, how to speak confidently and fast. Because let's be honest, many English learners understand a lot, but when it's time to speak, they freeze.
Oh yes, that happens all the time. People know the words, they know the grammar, but fear holds them back. The truth is, confidence doesn't come from knowing everything. It comes from using what you already know.
Exactly. Confidence is like a muscle. The more you speak, the stronger it becomes. You don't need perfect English. You just need practice without fear.
I always tell my students, don't wait until your English is perfect, because it never will be. The secret is to start speaking now, even if you make mistakes. That's how you learn.
That's so true, Bill. And one powerful technique to improve confidence and speed is called shadowing. You listen to a native speaker and repeat exactly what they say, same tone, same rhythm, same speed. It's like you're shadowing their voice.
Right. Shadowing helps your mouth get used to English sounds. For example, try saying after me, "What are you doing today?" What are you doing today? Now say it faster. What you doing today? See how natural it sounds?
Yes, that's exactly how native speakers speak fast, not by rushing, but by connecting sounds. And that's something you can practice every day using short videos or podcasts.
Another tip, focus on rhythm and flow, not on perfect grammar. When you speak, imagine your sentences like music. Let the words flow naturally. Don't stop after every word to think about grammar.
I love that idea. English has a rhythm, and when you follow that rhythm, your speech sounds more natural and confident.
Also, practice short speaking bursts. For example, set a timer for 1 minute and talk non-stop about any topic, your plans, your hobbies, or your favorite movie. The goal isn't perfection, it's to keep talking.
That's such a great exercise. It trains your brain to think in English quickly, and if you make a mistake, just keep going. Remember, fluent speakers also make mistakes, they just don't stop.
Exactly. Confidence grows when you stop judging yourself. Every mistake is just a sign that you're learning.
Beautifully said, Bill. So, to speak confidently and fast, 1. Don't be afraid of mistakes. 2. Practice shadowing and rhythm. 3. Speak every day, even for 1 minute. 4. And most importantly, enjoy speaking.
Because confidence doesn't come before speaking, it comes from speaking.
Perfectly said. And now that we know how to boost confidence and speed, let's talk about some of the common mistakes English learners make and how to avoid them. All right, now let's talk about something really important: the common mistakes English learners make when trying to practice every day or speak confidently. Because sometimes it's not about what we do, but about what we should stop doing.
That's a great point, Sarah. And I think the first big mistake is irregular practice. Some learners study hard for a few days and then stop for a week. That breaks the flow and confidence. Daily consistency is the secret, even if it's just 10 minutes.
Exactly. Another mistake I see a lot is focusing too much on grammar. Learners get stuck trying to make every sentence perfect, and that slows down their speech. Remember, communication is more important than perfection.
Right. Mistake number 3, comparing yourself to others. Everyone learns at a different speed. If you keep comparing, you'll lose motivation. Instead, compare yourself to the you from yesterday.
I love that, Bill. And another one, being afraid to speak. Many learners understand English well but never open their mouths because they're scared of mistakes. But the truth is, mistakes are proof that you're improving.
Yes, every confident speaker you hear today once made the same mistakes. The difference is they didn't stop.
Exactly. So don't be afraid, don't compare, and don't stop. Just keep moving forward one day at a time.
Beautiful advice, Sarah. And in the next part, we'll share how to create your own daily English environment, a space where you can surround yourself with English all the time.
Now let's talk about one of my favorite topics: how to build a daily English environment. Because if you surround yourself with English, you'll start thinking, listening, and even dreaming in English.
That's so true, Sarah. Most people think they can only learn fast if they live in an English-speaking country. But that's not true at all. You can create your own English world right where you are.
Exactly. For example, start by changing your phone language to English. That small change forces your brain to see and use English every time you check your messages or apps.
I love that one. And another simple idea: listen to English podcasts or audiobooks while doing daily tasks like cooking, driving, or cleaning. You'll be surprised how much English your brain absorbs passively.
Yes, and don't forget about social media. Follow English pages, YouTube channels, or Instagram accounts that share short English videos. Just a few minutes a day can make a big difference.
You can also label things around your house, write mirror, door, chair, or window. Every time you see those labels, your brain connects English with real-life objects.
That's a great one. And here's a fun idea. Talk to yourself in English during your morning routine, like I'm brushing my teeth or I'm making breakfast. It makes your brain think in English naturally.
Exactly. The goal is to make English a part of your daily world, not just something you study, but something you live.
Beautifully said, Bill. Because when you live in English, confidence and fluency come naturally.
And now, to wrap up today's episode, Let's give our listeners a quick recap and some motivation to keep going.
All right, everyone, before we finish today's episode, let's quickly recap what we learned.
Yes, we talked about why daily practice is important, how to practice English every day, and how to speak confidently and fast. We also shared some common mistakes to avoid and how to create your own English environment.
Exactly. And remember, confidence doesn't come from perfection, it comes from practice. Even 10 minutes a day can transform your English if you stay consistent.
So start small, keep going, and never be afraid of making mistakes. Every time you speak, you grow stronger and more confident.
Beautifully said, Bill. And to everyone listening, believe in yourself and make English a natural part of your everyday life.
Thanks for listening to the English Learning Podcast with Sarah and Bill.
Don't forget to subscribe, share this episode with your friends, and keep practicing English every single day.
See you in the next episode, and keep speaking confidently.